Here is a Holmes fan. This is a model number model unknown. I don't see informations on here. It's from 2004 per the UL listing sticker on there, which is outrageously reflective for some reason. And I can't stand when people do this with cords. It drives me up the wall and through the roof. Not only is it a pain to undo it, now look at the cord. It's just forever going to be a mess. Anyways, I guess the base and the fan itself are made of different kinds of plastic, because the base is yellowed quite drastically while the rest of the fan is still just fine. It does have some initials on it, so it probably was used in a workplace or something like that. And the blades look like they've been cleaned at some point. Guard itself looks relatively clean. Based on the amount of dust that's inside the motor housing, this has probably been cleaned numerous times, which is quite an unusual feat for a fan this new. I have another one of these in a different color. It's like a translucent blue kind of color. Or not blue, I think it's green. I don't know. I don't do colors. Anyways, so I thought it would be cool to get another one of the colors in the series. I don't know how many colors these came in. I would guess probably quite a few. It has a polarized plug, which is non-fused. So let's get this plugged up. If I recall correctly, this... No, we're not ready for you yet. If I recall correctly, the other one that I have is nothing to write home about in terms of performance, so I'm not really expecting much from this one either. And looking at the design of the motor housing and whatnot, there's so much solid plastic behind the blade, I can't imagine it gets much air in there. Well, anyways, let's start off on low, as we already saw, because it started before I was ready. The bearings are relatively decent. And I'd like to adjust this down a little bit more, but it's so stiff, I'm concerned it's going to break. Okay, so it's too low. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Now it's going to be too high. No, actually that's pretty good. So, yeah, the performance is exactly as I recalled the other one. It's extremely noisy, and it feels like it's pushing out a lot of air when you're right up to it, but then, you know, a foot away you feel go from nothing. See, it's not bad right up front, but then, you know, even just back here, it's minimalistic air movement. So it's a neat looking fan, but the design in terms of practicality and performance is just not there. Let's go to high. Whoops, that's off. Try again. I mean, this is so loud for the noise, I would probably never use this. Though, interestingly enough, the bearings seem to be just fine, which is unusual for these shaded pole motors. The switch is kind of an interesting design to it as well. So it's a neat fan from a neat series with a lot of different colors, but as far as functionality goes, it leaves a lot to be desired.